I wanted to get into your name, first of all.
It's a funny story actually. अब सानोमा we were in like class 7, 8 होला. At that point of time I had a very terrible haircut.
We all do.
Bruce cut भन्थ्यो नि
Oh,
केटाहरूले चाहिँ अब I looked very venomous अरे क्या त्यति बेला मलाई थाहा पनि थिएन what noxious meant भनेर नि अब So I don't know how the word got spread and like later on class 12 हरू पुग्दा a few of the guys were thinking that my real name is
It's
Noxious
Noxious.
हुन्छ नि just to see how त्यो vibe match गर्नलाई मात्रै क्या एउटा गीतको अब कस्तो भन्दा चाहिँ अब it should feel right भन्ने गर्दैन क्या
yes.
whatever you are doing and whatever you are creating it should feel right and if you cannot vibe to your own song then there's no point of making any kind of songs now.
You must enjoy what
Right,
you
right.
do. As an artist where you have complete support of everyone around. People here still have maybe a sort of block when it comes to a career as an artist.
If you've decided you want to pursue this dream as a musician or as an artist or art in any kind of form, it won't be always happy. You won't be always like wealthy because you have to compromise on a lot of things because you'll have to buy instruments, right?
You have to be willing to sacrifice.
Rather than an iPhone.
Welcome to Point of Podcast Artists, brought to you by Artsy Productions in collaboration with Summed Up and For Creatives. Today's episode is powered by Retail Radar. Retail Radar is a purchase advisor company with expert advisors to aid any purchase related queries that you may have, whether they be fashion or tech or skincare. You name it, Retail Radar helps you get it.
So welcome to episode 2 of Point of Podcast, where we talk to interesting people and hopefully inspire some even more interesting people later on down the line. And today on episode 2 of Point of Podcast, we have a very special guest, and welcome so much. Let me introduce you to Mr. Abhishek Shah, or also known as NOXIOUS, from the band Ruthless. Abhishek Da, or NOXIOUS Da, is a member of the band Ruthless. He's also a great solo artist on his own and a very interesting guy to talk to, and we've been having some incredible conversations. So thank you so much, Da.
Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
And it's been lovely talking to him. It's the मजाको एउटा vibe मिलेको जस्तो लाग्यो. I mean, when we just got to talking to each other just yesterday, but then it already feels like we are connecting, and it's been really nice talking to you. So thank you so much.
Same way.
So let's begin then. I think there is this very old rule in storytelling ki where do you begin? You must always begin at the beginning. So I wanted to start with you. Who is NOXIOUS? Who is Abhishek?
Who is Abhishek? Who is NOXIOUS? It's like quite simple to define a person, like what he does, like where he belongs from, it's very simple. Actually, I'm a very simple man, and I just have a little bit of interest in music. I started this journey, musical journey. But then still like it was not that planned एउटा अब हुन्छ नि पहिल्यै अब सोचिसकेको that I would do this in future भन्ने चाहिँ थिएन अब. It was just that I was just interested like as other normal kids अब म्युजिकमा कसरी इन्ट्रेस्टेड हुन्छ अब त्यस्तै खालको पाराले नि. But then later on I हुन्छ नि I developed a lot more interest in music and like making my own music. अनि त्यो प्रोसेस हुँदा चाहिँ it really helped me. Like when I started making music of my own after listening to all the legendary bands, artists, after that from certain point I started making music and that felt different, different high, making your own, creating your own thing. That's a different high. So I got a little experience and a little bit of idea of how you go about it. So yeah, that's how the journey started actually. I didn't knew लेटर अन अब त्यो अलिकति डेभलप हुँदै जाँदा चाहिँ टेस्ट क्या मजाले इन्ट्रेस्ट डेभलप हुँदै जाँदा चाहिँ आई गट इन्टु इट क्या त्यस्तो पाराले
Yeah, I think that's a very nice way of putting it, Nikki. Sanuma, you didn't know, but then you had already started that journey, eh? So, I wanted to get into your name, yeah, first of all. Why Noxious?
It's a funny story actually. त्यो अब कस्तो भन्दा हामी अब सानोमा we were in like class 7, 8 होला अनि I had this bunch of guys friends होइन from school अब we were like very close buddies and all नि त अनि they thought like at that point of time I had a very terrible haircut at one point of time, right?
We all do.
I was like kind of कस्तो भनौँ bald भनौँ न अब bald in a sense like Bruce cut भन्थ्यो नि अब सानो Bruce cut थियो त and like केटाहरूले चाहिँ अब हामीभन्दा एक ब्याच सिनियर थियो उनीहरू चाहिँ एकजना साथी चाहिँ अनि he thought like I looked very venomous अरे क्या हुन्छ नि I looked very venomous अरे ल so like I don't know from where he got this अब त्यति बेला मलाई थाहा पनि थिएन what noxious meant भनेर नि अब and all of a sudden he started calling me noxious that and all. I don't know how the word got spread and like later on class 12 that a few of the guys were thinking that my real name is noxious. And they were like, so what's the meaning of it? By that time I knew what's the meaning of it but then like they were like literally thinking that that's my real name and like they were like, oh damn, that's a cool name, how do you get it? And till this day like most of my friends from school time later on all the people that I got connected with most of them know me by this name and like if someone tell them like Abhishek चिन्दैन पहिला अहिले चाहिँ literally अब बादमा चाहिँ once I started putting out my real name plus stage name on the bracket thing and all then after चाहिँ few of the guys realized okay भन्ने अब Abhishek पनि हो त भन्ने
the guy who looked venomous
right man and so that's a funny story त्यस्तो पाराले चाहिँ नाम यता उता चाहिँ अब everybody started calling me that and all नि त and later on it got stuck to me somehow most of the people know me by that name and I feel comfortable with it too because that was way back when it has been like given to me or like it was destined to stay with me type one and I'm comfortable with it and people calling me by that name most of the people know me by that name so it's okay
no,
fine
it's who you are it's
a part of me now it's a part of me.
No, the name sounds really cool.
Right.
But then the way you came about it,
no, if you look it up, it's like venomous or something like that. Something
noxious fumes and
right.
So that's noxious, and then of course you are also part of the band,
right?
The Rootless. On the Topali, you were just giving me a brief idea of how you sort of formed you and your friends you formed a group. Which sounded very interesting. So, why did you decide on the name Ruthless?
Ruthless चाहिँ किन भन्दा फर्स्ट अफ अल ब्यान्ड फर्म गर्दा चाहिँ म र मेरो एकदमै क्लोज साथी थियो छङ भुटिया हु इज अल्सो द लिड गिटारिस्ट अफ द ब्यान्ड अनि we were planning to do like music गरौँ भनेर 2-3 वर्ष भइसक्यो थियो क्या अन्त we were going back and forth like doing few things यता उता गीतहरू उठाउँदै यता उता just getting in touch and all अन्त उ र म चाहिँ एक दिन चाहिँ त्यतिकै हामी चाहिँ अब बसिरहेको थियो अब त्यतिकै घरमा हैन अन्त साह्रो भयो भनेर कुछ गरौँ न आज भनेर आई बट हिम टु माई होम अन्त हाम्रो घरमा मेरो घरमा आएर चाहिँ देन आफ्टर चाहिँ आई टोल्ड हिम दैट तिमी के बजाउँदै गर म पनि के माइन्डमा सोच्दै गर्छु उतापट्टि म चाहिँ काम गर्दै थिएँ हल्का यताउता के गर्दै थियो उसले बजाउँदै थियो अनि त्यतिकै के गर्ने हुँदा चाहिँ ठक्कै अब एउटा सानो ट्युन जस्तो निस्क्यो मेरोबाट नि उसकोबाट नि अन्त त्यो चाहिँ द्याट इज द फर्स्ट सङ एरर्स भन्ने द्याट इज द फर्स्ट सङ द्याट वी रिलिज अनि त्यो हुँदा चाहिँ अब लाइक त्यो डेभलप्ड गीत चाहिँ अब त्यो गीत चाहिँ अब लाइक 1 घन्टा 1.5 घन्टाहरूभित्र बन्ने कति लिरिक्स पनि लेखेँ मैले यो गर्दा एन्ड इट साउन्डेड नाइस राइट अनि 1-2 दिन अझै ज्याम गर्दै गयो हामी अलिअलि त्यो गीतमा है एन्ड देन आफ्टर लाइक इट साउन्डेड रियली गुड टु अस अब त्यति बेला अभियसली अब अनि टक्कै लेट्स हिट द स्टुडियो भन्ने भयो अब लेट्स हिट द स्टुडियो भन्ने भयो विथ जस्ट 1 सङ इन ह्यान्ड लेट्स हिट द स्टुडियो गयो लेट्स एक्सपिरियन्स इट भन्ने अब बनायो अरे होइन एन्ड भोकल हाल्दा चाहिँ अब यस्तो हुँदैन अब द्याट वाज माई फर्स्ट टाइम के भन्छ रेकर्डिङ इन स्टुडियो भोकल्स एन्ड अल नि त अन्त भोकल्स हालिसकेर त अब लाइक त्यो के भन्छ एकदमै र भोकल हुन्छ नि जुन चाहिँ क्या र भोकलमा चाहिँ अब त्यो अलिकति एसेन्सहरू नहाल्दा अब त्यसलाई अलिकति कम्प्रेस रिभर्ब यताउता नमिलाउँदा चाहिँ अब इट साउन्डेड भेरी अब ब्याड टु मी अब पर्सनली अन्त अरूले चाहिँ होइन राम्रो भएको छ भन्छ हो एन्ड फर मी इट वाज सो ब्याड अब जाने क्या अन्त पछि त्यसलाई अलिकति अब स्टुडियो प्रोसेसमा मिक्सिङ मास्टरिङमा कम्प्रेस गरेर के गर्दा अब होइन स्टुडियो वर्क्सहरू गर्दा चाहिँ इट साउन्डेड नाइस आफ्टर द्याट एन्ड लेटर अन आई रियलाइज द्याट ओके इट वाज गुड रहेछ बट देन लाइक इट निडेड समथिङ क्या हुन्छ नि अनि सम मोडुलेसन डल्ले हो त्योहरू गर्दा चाहिँ राम्रो भयो होइन अन्त राम्रो लाग्यो खुसी लाग्यो लाइक फर्स्ट सङ इज गोइङ गुड होइन अन्त रिलिज गर्नु अगाडि अब ब्यान्डको नाम के राख्ने के कस्तो के अब भन्दा चाहिँ अब ऊ र म मात्रै थिएँ त्यति बेला चाहिँ अनि आई केम अप विथ दिस नेम द्याट रुटलेस क्या अब अनि रुटलेस चाहिँ किन भन्दा अब मेरो साथी पनि अब नट अ लर्नेड म्युजिसियन मी अल्सो नट अ लर्नेड म्युजिसियन अरू जो साथीहरू पनि थियो ब्यान्डमा एभ्री वान ब्यान्ड मेम्बर नो बडी वाज अ लर्नेड म्युजिसियन नि त सो we didn't have any kind of roots fixed to a particular genre or like a particular background
specific training
एकदमै स्पेसिफिकै नभएको कसैको क्या एकदमै अन्त सो इट साउन्डेड कुल अल्सो रुटलेस कसैको केही नभएको अब हुन्छ नि जरै छैन के भन्छ हिस्ट्री नै छैन ब्याकग्राउन्डै छैन सबैको डिफ्रेन्ट टेस्ट म्युजिकमा हो अन्त त्यसरी चाहिँ आई केम अप विथ दिस नेम रुटलेस अन्त लेटर अन चाहिँ जब ब्यान्ड मेम्बर्सहरू सबैजना आयो मजाले इन्भल्भ भयो देन आफ्टर चाहिँ इट मेड मोर सेन्स क्या अब मोर सेन्स अब इट मेड मोर सेन्स इन द्याट वे सो त्यति नै छ रुटलेसको कहानी चाहिँ अब हाउ द नेम एन्ड अल क्या
Yeah, no, it sounds very interesting, and I like it. I like that. Yeah, there is no root as such, you know. So I mean, that kind of makes you free also, right, to do your own stuff. You're not bound. Life
no boundaries at all. Yeah. We will make any kind of music that we want, but
that's a really nice, way of thinking. I will do what I want because I think ultimately I don't know tapai like ke lagcha, but I feel like art. Ultimately, obviously, art is for you will show it to people and all that. But then, first of all, the art should begin by being made for you. It should bring you happiness, right? So I think.
मन त्यही लाग्छ अब इट सुड बी अब हुन्छ नि क्या एउटा बाउन्ड्रीभित्र त हुनु भएन आर्ट त इट सुड बी बाउन्डलेस इटर्नल खालके हुनु पऱ्यो नि जहाँ पनि जहाँसम्म जानु सक्ने क्या सो त्यस्तै छ क्या अब त्यही पाराले हामीले गऱ्यो अन्त वी फेल्ट भेरी इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट फ्री अन्त म्युजिक बनाउँदा पनि अब इट वाज लाइक सो मच कम्फर्टेबल क्या टु मेक वाट एभर यु वान्ट एन्ड बी इन यर जोन एन्ड हुन्छ नि क्या सो द्याट वाज भेरी कम्फर्टिङ अल्सो एन्ड द्याट आई अल्सो अहिले सोच्दा चाहिँ आई थिङ्क द्याट वाज वान अफ द एस्पेक्ट हुन्छ नि क्या विच मेड अस लाइक डु or like make music very like super fast किनभने हामीले एकदमै छिटो एउटा सर्टन स्मल अमाउन्ट अफ टाइममा चाहिँ एल्बम निकालेको हो नि त
कति how long did it take?
So 2016-17 मा निकालेको थियो होला फर्स्ट सङ देन आफ्टर अझै एउटा गीत निकाल्यो विश्वास भन्ने सिङ्गल वी जस्ट वान्टेड टु लाइक हुन्छ नि क्या see how the market responds, how the mass responds. But we got pretty good response from both the songs. Then we decided to go with the album. So by 2018, last of 2018, the album निस्किसकेको थियो. So within a 1 year span, छिटो भइसकेको थियो.
So about a year.
Yeah. So तर अब त्योभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ म चाहिँ कलकत्ताबाट आएको थिएँ त 2015 मा कलकत्ताबाट आएको थिएँ अन्त 2015 to 2017 चाहिँ I was working on myself like making music क्या अब curating it, directing it, like I was like really into it, like कस्तो पाराले बनाउँदा कस्तो हुन्छ के हुन्छ होइन कस्तो म्युजिकमा के जानुपर्ने अब लाइक हुन्छ नि क्या मजाले I was doing that all my homework भनौँ न अब I was doing homework, everybody was
it was all in preparation
but then like 2018 मा चाहिँ अब ब्याममै I was के भन्छ स्टुडियोमा गएर रेकर्ड गर्दा चाहिँ it was like it didn't felt strange क्या अब हुन्छ नि it felt like it was always from there from the start क्या अब It was always there अब हुन्छ नि अन्त that was comforting मजा आयो the first album was it was pretty good
No, I think तपाईँले what you touched upon नि that's मलाई एउटा इन्ट्रेस्टिङ कुरा लाग्यो which you said कि it fell into place भन्ने कुरा गर्न नि कि it felt comforting. I think it's also because तपाईँ आफैले पनि अब you put in the work नि त. That is something I think a lot of and that's what this it sounds very cliche but that's what the point of this podcast is to get people to realize कि अब सबैजनाले देख्दाखेरि त मजाको okay this guy Ruthless को मजाको गर्यो but then the amount of work that goes into it क्या
त्यो चाहिँ actually people have to realize that अनि anybody being an artist you have to work on yourself
exactly
you have to work because how much ever you work whatever you work on that shows later on that will show that will be the outcome
that will be the outcome what you do what you put into it becomes the outcome and that's something that I think can be learned from topic अहिले मलाई पुरा interesting लाग्यो you said कि you spent about a year in Calcutta just not doing anything but learning and that attitude of learning पनि is I think very important which we tend to overlook हाम्रो चाहिँ के हुन्छ नि talent छ सक्छु गर्छु and then we immediately want the validation as well क्या कि सबैजनाले मन पराएको but then the work that you put in नि
अब यस्तो हुन्छ नि त लर्निङ प्रोसेसमा पनि अब इट्स नट द्याट अब म 5 महिना or 3 महिना learn and after that I'll do this भने अब it won't go the same way as you planned नि कोही बेला कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा एउटा आर्टिस्टहरुको अब त्यो क्रिएटिभिटी ब्लकहरु भइदिन्छ एउटा सर्टेन लेभलमा हैन अब त्यसलाई फेरि ओभरकम गरेर नेक्स्ट लेभल पुग्नै पर्यो अब हाउ टु ओभरकम दैट एन्ड लाइक हाउ टु गेट पास्ट दैट ब्लक फेज हैन त्यसको लागि नि पेशेन्स पनि चाहियो मान्छेमा हैन कोही बेला अब बनाउँछु भन्दा नि गीत बनाउन सक्दैन नि मान्छेले
लागिरहनु
आज म गरे गीत बनाउँछु भन्यो भने मिल्दैन नि त्यो कोही बेला हुन्छ कोही बेला हुँदैन नि सो मैले कस्तो वेमा भनेको यो चाहिँ भन्दा चाहिँ अब लाइक गीत बनाउँछु भनेर गएर बनाउन सक्छ वाइ नट बनाउन सक्छ यताउता एक दुईवटा कर्डको कम्बिनेसन लिएर बनाउन सक्छ गीत बट देन लाइक द्याट त्यो ट्युन जुन चाहिँ जान्छ त्यसमा जुन चाहिँ त्यो सोल जान्छ नि त्यो गीतमा क्या द्याट वन्ट बी द सेम क्या अब त्यो जबरजस्ती गर्दा चाहिँ हुँदैन क्या इट कम्स नेचुरली नि एकदमै एउटा त्यो फेजहरू अब सो त्योहरू पनि अब रियलाइज गर्नु पर्दो रहेछ एज आर्टिस्ट क्या कोही बेला जबरजस्ती गर्नु पनि मिल्दैन रहेछ क्या अब हुन्छ नि कोही बेला हुन्छ नि त वी आर भेरी डेस्परेट टु डु न्यू थिङ्स त्यो अब ट्राई गर्नु मन पनि हुन्छ एक्साइटमेन्ट हुन्छ क्युरियस हुन्छ हामी होइन तर अब इट वन्ट वर्क एभ्री टाइम भन्ने नि अब मेरो चाहिँ अब इट विल बट देन अन इट्स ओन टाइम अब त्यो पनि हुन्छ क्या सो द्याट इज देयर
that त्यो पेशेन्स चाहिँ हुनु पर्यो
एकदमै
you keep on doing it हैन someday चाहिँ अब you never know it will just hit I mean I'm sure तपाईले अब आफ्नो साथीसित पनि you said अब गरिरहदै थियो म्युजिक गर्दै थियो अब कतिपल्ट चाहिँ you must have spent so many hours with
so many अब लाइक के भन्छ so much of time and dedication क्या just to perfect not perfect I wouldn't say perfect but keeping like keeping things in place just to see how the vibe match गर्नलाई मात्रै क्या एउटा गीतको अब not on a very technical way that अम्बो यो गीतले यस्तो सुन्नुपर्छ यो गीत चाहिँ यतिको टेक्निकल हुनुपर्छ हैन यतिको अब कडा बजाउनुपर्छ तिमीले भन्ने हैन but then like कस्तो भन्दा चाहिँ अब it should feel right भन्ने गर्दैन क्या whatever you are doing and whatever you are creating it should feel right and you should get that vibe of whatever you are creating if you cannot vibe to your own song then there's no point of making any kind of songs
you must enjoy what you do that's very important
it's very important
so I mean tapile agi I wanted to come back to this Paniki. You were talking about how first when you made this song,
right?
Tapilai abo yesto feel bhayo ki la it's not that good. People were telling you it was good, but you felt it wasn't good. I think that is something a lot of youngsters can relate to me. The idea of
to doubt the having like doubting your own self or doubting your ability is very good. Because it keeps you on the edge always like conscious hunu ramro ho ni conscious
it keeps you grounded
doubting yourself it's very good ni it will keep you grounded, it will always keep you on the edge हुन्छ नि क्या of doing more अब like learning more अनि so म चाहिँ त्यही भन्छु it's very good to हुन्छ नि
To doubt yourself.
yeah to doubt yourself to be very conscious self-centered हुनु एकदमै है सबै कुरा ठिक छ छैन it's very good to be that because त्यसले that will push you
Yeah.
to हुन्छ नि to learn more
Yeah, I think doubt pani चाहिँ that it should be mixed with the desire to keep improving.
right एकदमै
Even-
एकदमै it will improve किनभने अब के भन्छ यो if you are like very much के भन्छ aware about what you're doing हैन aware about every step that you're taking and if you're very much conscious अब like you will hardly go wrong in life क्या because you will be checking yourself 10 times before you make a step so that will always be a point like for improving like एउटा के भन्छ इम्प्रुभ गर्नको लागि चाहिँ अब that will always be a very good point क्या in your life self awareness so you should really focus on that everybody should focus on that
Yeah.
self awareness
तपाईँ you are a singer songwriter हैन you are a singer songwriter so तपाईँ like could you maybe sort of give us a glimpse into your process कि
my process of making music or writing a song is like कस्तो भन्दा it doesn't have to be like एक दिनमै डल्लै सक्छु भन्ने हुँदैन है कोही बेला एक दिनमै दुईटा तीनटा गीत बनिन्छ that is also there है when you have that creativity flow भइरहेको energy त्यो हुन्छ नि जिउमा vibration good vibrations भइरहेको बेला चाहिँ अब like make like 2 to 3 songs
It just flows.
it just flows कोही बेला अब you want to write something तिमीलाई मन परेर म लेख्छु भन्दामै अब कोही बेला लेख्न सक्दैन तर still you write few lines or maybe like a small few tunes हैन यताउता so त्यस्तै हो क्या कोही बेला हुन्छ कोही बेला हुँदैन कोही बेला आधी हुन्छ कोही बेला एउटा भर्स मात्रै लेखेको हुन्छु that will connect after 3 to 4 months again हैन that will get connected to the other half त्यस्तो पाराले हुन्छ तर मोस्टली राइटिङ प्रोसेस चाहिँ त्यही हुन्छ क्या बिकज आई निड सम ब्रेक लिन्छु मजाले है लाइक 1 मन्थहरूको ब्रेक लिन्छु त्यहाँदेखि आई अगेन सेट ब्याक त्यो 1 मन्थमा चाहिँ आई विल बी लाइक अल अब्जर्भ गर्दै होइन सबै कुराभित्र आई विल बी इनटेकिङ इट क्या बाहिर जति पनि जान्छु बाहिर जान्छु जे पनि फिल गर्छु सबै इन्टेक भइरहेको हुन्छ त्यो चाहिँ 1 महिना 1.5 महिना बाद कोही बेला निस्किन्छ क्या सो ड्युरिङ द टाइम अफ ब्रेक वेनेभर आई टेक ब्रेक होइन त्यति बेला चाहिँ इट्स अल अबाउट अब्जर्भिङ क्या अब एब्जर्भ गऱ्यो सबै आफ्नो भित्र होइन अब घुम्नु जान्छ के गर्नु जान्छ कोही बेला साथीहरूसँग मजा गरिरहेको हुन्छ के हुन्छ अब सानो मोमेन्ट्सहरू मेरो सबै मजाले एब्जर्भ गऱ्यो त्यहाँदेखि कोही बेला निस्किन्छ क्या आफ्टर 1 month 1.5 months 2 months मजाले निस्किँदै जान्छ हो सो द्याट इज अल्सो वान पार्ट अफ हाउ आई डु इट अनि अर्को चाहिँ समटाइम्स वेन देयर इज अ गुड क्रिएटिभिटी फ्लो इन द बडी होइन अब राम्रो भाइब्रेसन राम्रो वाइब भइरहेको हुन्छ त्यति बेला चाहिँ एकै दिनमा 2-3वटा क्या डङ्की आयो भनेर टक गरिदिइहाल्यो क्या जति सक्दो अब आएको हुन्छ हो आएको हुँदा चाहिँ त्यति बेला चाहिँ ब्रेक लिनु भएन क्या मेरो लागि चाहिँ अब अब लाइक हुन्छ नि क्या एकदमै आल्गो क्रेजी अब द्याट डे अब हुन्छ नि लेखेकै नो खाना नथिङ ओन्ली कफी नो चिया खाँदै लेख्दै हो अल द्याट क्रिएटिभिटी फ्लोलाई मजाले युटिलाइज गऱ्यो त्यहाँदेखि जति पनि लेखेको हुन्छु एउटा रफ बनिन्छ होइन रफ बनिन्छ त्यहाँदेखि त्यसलाई एकवटा गर्दै बिस्तारै हेर्दै गयो क्या त्यसलाई मजाले एक्जिक्युट गर्दै गएँ कस्तो पाराले भन्नुपर्ने यसमा अझै के हाल्न सक्छ सक्दैन त्यो मजाले डिरेक्सन क्या आफ्नो माइन्डमा राख्दै गयो क्या म्युजिकलाई त्यसलाई सो द्याट आई डु इट द्याट वे अब मेरो चाहिँ
You know, something very interesting that I came across recently was this idea of input before output. Yes, so the basic idea is ki, you know, as an artist or for that matter life ma pani,
right.
if you want to create output, right, good output, then your input has to be good.
Right.
You know, so तपाईँले जे भने नि क्या कि you take maybe a month or so मजाले ब्रेकमा गयो. That's your input. You are going through life, होइन, not forcing things. Not forcing things. You are not thinking कि okay म यहाँ अब जस्तो लेकमा आएको छु next song चाहिँ एकदम लेकको बारेमा. Not forcing it. But then just
that never works.
Yeah. You know, just let it come to you because it won't work, like you said. It never works. So you just let it come to you, input, and then somewhere down the line you don't have to force it. It just flows out of you. I think that's something very important to keep in mind.
एकदमै फोर्स चाहिँ गर्नु भएन बेसी चाहिँ अब क्या यु हेभ टु अब के भन्छ फोर्स चाहिँ अब भित्रबाट चाहिँ त्यो एबिलिटिजहरुमा चाहिँ गर्यो लाइक वाट एभर केपेबिलिटिज एन्ड एबिलिटिज अब त्यसलाई चाहिँ अब मजाले चेकमा राखे कि बट देन लाइक त्यो क्रिएटिभिटीको फ्लोनेसलाई चाहिँ अब त्यो यु कान्ट फोर्स इट क्या अब हुन्छ नि that's very important. Nice thing that you said. Yeah, input first, input then output.
Input before output. Right. So, very interesting. I came across it recently. You know? So, Tapile, you were talking about your singer-songwriter. You know, so you are a songwriter. You write your own songs and then you sing. You know, I think you've also sung songs which you didn't write. You know, covers are
yeah. अब लाइक त्यो चाहिँ कस्तो भन्दा मेरोमा चाहिँ अचम्म भयो मेरो केसमा चाहिँ लाइक आई डिड अ लट अफ कभर्स त होइन बट देन लाइक आई पिक्ड अप लट अफ सङ्ग्स एक टाइममा कि अन्त मजाले ग्रास्प गरेँ मजाले सबैको होइन सबै डिफ्रेन्ट आर्टिस्टहरूको ग्रास्प गरेँ त्यसको बादमा चाहिँ लाइक एउटा पोइन्ट आयो कि आई टोटली स्टप लिसनिङ क्या
टु एनीवन एल्स
ओके सो द्याट वाज अ गुड डिसिजन किनभने that made me complete the first album first thing that gave me second thing is that gave me a wide range of like vision हुन्छ नि क्या अब like how music should be made भन्ने खालके अन्त after फेरि it's not that like I don't listen to artists now अब त्यो एउटा certain time को लागि मैले सुनिनँ I live like after that album was done and all त्यसको बादमा फेरि I started listening to other kind of artists right for like certain inspiration or certain like kind of I just wanted to like हुन्छ नि क्या different vibe check गर्नु मात्रै नि अब कस्तो के हुन्छ नयाँ म्युजिक के छ that's being an artist you always have to do that because like नयाँ म्युजिक नयाँ अब भाइब चेक गरिरहनु पर्यो नयाँ खालको म्युजिक हेरिरहनु पर्यो होइन आफूलाई अलिक भए पनि अपडेट चाहिँ राख्नै पर्छ क्या because you'll always have to know like what's new on the block भन्ने खालको नि क्या किनभने if you are not updated with the latest technology or like latest kind of music or the kind of genre that are coming up होइन like त्यो चाहिँ एकदमै I feel that you should really do that क्या keeping up with time क्या
again like you said अघि तपाईले भनेकै कुरा आयो नि awareness
एकदमै
you need to be aware of
एकदमै
where you are what others are doing
always have to keep check with time keep up with time हैन because एउटै टाइम लुपमा अड्क्यो भने पछिसम्म एउटै खालको म्युजिक मात्रै निस्किबस्छ क्या त्यो इभल्भै हुन सक्दैन आफू एज एन आर्टिस्ट यु हेभ टु इभल्भ अब फर्स्ट एल्बम जस्तै मैले रुटलेसमा जस्तो खालको म्युजिक बनाएँ भने होइन अब अहिले मेरो म्युजिकहरू पनि त्यस्तो छैन अहिले इट्स टोटली डिफ्रेन्ट अहिले अर्कै भएको छ म्युजिक आइम ट्राइङ लट्स अफ न्यू थिङ्स होइन अनि मेरो सोलो जुन चाहिँ नयाँ आउँदैछ अब एउटा सोलो एल्बम आइम ट्राइङ हो विदिन दिस इयर अन्त त्यसमा अर्कै छ फेरि म्युजिक इट्स टोटली न्यू म्युजिक फर मी अल्सो इट्स टोटली न्यू एन्ड लाइक त्यसमा चाहिँ मैले धेरै नै एक्सपेरिमेन्ट गरेको छु क्या अनि डिफ्रेन्ट काइन्ड अफ जनर अनि डिफ्रेन्ट काइन्ड अफ सङ राइटिङ प्रोसेस पनि डिफ्रेन्ट त्यसमा चाहिँ क्या अब इट्स नट लाइक पहिला जस्तो पाराले लेख्यौँ भने त्यस्तै पाराले लेख्छु भन्ने होइन अब यो मैले अर्कै ट्राई गर्दैछु फेरि डुइङ इट अब डिफ्रेन्ट वेज डिफ्रेन्ट अप्रोच ट्राई गरिरहनु पऱ्यो क्या सो त्यो छ एउटा अब अहिले त्यो चल्दैछ हो
Sounds interesting. तपाईँको you know is since you touched upon it यो जुन चाहिँ अब your solo journey पनि you already started on it होइन so this is Abhishek
it will
solo
be
artist
it will be out as an Abhishek Shah production and I'll be hopefully I'm trying this year but then like God knows अब it could be delayed also किनभने अब कोही बेला अब जबरजस्ती गरेर यो वर्ष निकाल्छ यही वर्ष निस्किन्छ भन्ने छैन कोही बेला त्यस्तो हुन्छ हो if it doesn't feel right to me I want अब त्यस्तो हुन्छ
No, but I really like your whole vibe of it must feel right to me before I
yeah
do anything.
it has to because if you cannot vibe to your own song your
Yeah.
own creation I feel it's not right actually
Very-
आफ्नो गीतमा
completely
मजाले यसरी
agree.
टाउको हल्लाउनु सकेन भने त मजा आएन नि त
yeah. आफै टाउको हल्लाउँदिन अरूहरूलाई के एक्सपेक्ट
अरूहरूले
गर्नु
के हल्लाउँथेर अब so that's there
Yeah.
so that's why I've been dormant for a couple of years पनि भनौँ like for a brief moment of time also I've been dormant एउटा दुइटा गर्दै सिङ्गल चाहिँ निकाल्दैछु इयरमा एउटै भए पनि दुइटै भए पनि but then like I'm just एउटा अहिले चाहिँ मेरो पनि मोमेन्ट त्यही गर्दैछु क्या it's not feeling right to me few music that I've made होइन maybe it will over the time when it gets add up with like certain new elements on the song अब जब एक दुईवटा नयाँ element I'm searching for that element right now
when it just feels right.
Yeah. त्यो छ क्या
How
so
has-
that's going on
How has it been, is it any different, your solo journey?
It is different, it is challenging, it is motivating also अब धेरैवटा लेभल धेरैवटा एस्पेक्टमा इट्स भेरी डिफ्रेन्ट like coming out as a solo artist also trying your own thing right? Trying your kind of music भनौँ न आफ्नो एउटा अर्को साइड अफ यु भन्ने नि अब क्या so it's totally different this time for me and it's quite tough and challenging also because I'm trying a lot of new stuff ki. So it's always very nice nice and good to go up to challenge
Yeah, to challenge yourself to grow.
yeah एकदमै so that's there त्यो हुँदैछ अहिले
Must be a very interesting journey then that you're on.
मजा आउँदैछ अहिले because like I know and I can feel it that हुन्छ नि क्या how things should be, how things are not like working out. Things are working out at the same time, it's not working out at the same time. So it's a mixed feeling right now. And it's a great feeling to be very precise because you are getting हुन्छ नि गर्दैछौ पनि भएको पनि छैन तर अझ प्रयास पनि जारी छ अब होइन सो त्यो हो नि त त्यही हो अब लाइफ त्यही हो
That's life.
You get down, you get back up त्यही हो
Yeah. कसको पो
I think
you
this
fall 10,000
Yeah,
times
yeah.
but get up 10,001 or something like that. Yeah.
Rocky
I don't know. Sounds very
No,
similar
this
in
was
tone
this
to what
this
you
dialogue
would say.
was in Rocky हो कि के भन्ने मुभीमा थियो I guess.
Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
Yes, yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
I don't know. It could be because
Yeah.
the vibe एकदम
Yeah.
त्यस्तै टाइपको छ नि.
Right.
Doesn't matter how hard you get hit.
Yeah, right.
Something like that.
Yeah. You have to get back up, but
Yeah, you have to get back up भन्ने. So you keep going.
Right,
You
right,
keep
right.
going, right? Then तपाईँले अघि you were talking about how in between there was a time where you just stopped listening.
Right.
And then obviously now you do.
Yeah.
We were talking about awareness.
Right.
So अहिले हेऱ्यो भने if someone were to ask you कि what inspires the musician, the artist that is Abhishek, what would you say?
For me, inspiration एउटा त मलाई चाहिँ के भन्दा इन्सपिरेसनमा चाहिँ एकदमै यो चाहिँ कस्तो भन्दा once I started doing live shows and all I've always imagined myself up on the stage हुन्छ नि doing big shows and all हुन्छ नि jamming and all so that is one inspiration because I want to do that again and again हुन्छ नि त आर्टिस्टले एउटा I want to be on that stage, make people listen to my song and jam to it and make everyone jam to it. That is one inspiration. Live shows are like very inspirational,
Okay.
When you go and watch a live show, जस्तै अब एउटा लाइभ सो हेर्नु गयो है यु फेल्ट इट क्या अब यहाँ भेट्छ नि अब कोही बेला क्या दामी लाइभ सो हुँदा कसै आर्टिस्टको क्या अब मजा लाग्छ नि आफूलाई दिस इज इट भन्ने हुन्छ नि अब क्या मजा आयो मेबी अब द्याट आर्टिस्ट मस्ट बी इन्जोइङ हिज लाइफ आउट हुन्छ नि अब अप अन द्याट स्टेज क्या हुन्छ नि द्याट इज भेरी इन्सपिरेसनल त्यो एउटा छ है अनि what inspires me is मेरो फेरि I feel like I don't know if other artists feels it too or not, but then like I don't know, I have that gist of telling stories, अब एउटा via song, via music, right? I have that in me. I त्यो चाहिँ मलाई that inspires me a lot to write music, tell people my story, or like a small phase हुन्छ नि लाइफको एउटा सानो बिट्स. म चाहिँ अब like when I write songs, it doesn't have to be like कन्क्लुजनमा पुग्ने खालको सङ हुन्छ नि क्या अब त्यो क्या म चाहिँ मोस्ट अफ द टाइम आई लाइक टु लिभ इट एब्स्ट्र्याक्ट क्या
ambiguous endings.
I like to हुन्छ नि let people think whatever they want after अब हुन्छ नि एउटा certain के भन्छ imaginary के भन्छ उयो अब तिम्रो स्टोरी अब उनीहरूले भिजन गर्दा चाहिँ के गर्दा अब टक्क एउटा लास्टमा टक्क एब्स्ट्र्याक्ट छोडिदिँदा चाहिँ देन आफ्टर दे कुड मेक द्याट थिङ देयर ओन. उनीहरूले जस्तो पाराले अब त्यसलाई सोचेर दे क्यान कन्क्लुडेड होइन. अब तिमीले अर्कै पाराले कन्क्लुड गर्नु सक्छौ, मैले अर्कै पाराले कन्क्लुड गर्नु सक्छु, अर्को मान्छेले अर्कै पाराले कन्क्लुड गर्नु सक्छ, नभए अर्कै पाराले बुझ्नु सक्छ क्या. सो मल्टिपल के भन्छ त्यसलाई मल्टिपल यो टचिङ मल्टिपल feelings at the same time, and people are like के भन्छ taking that in their own sense क्या. अब आफ्नै पाराले लिँदैछ क्या मान्छेले. गीत सुन्दैछ अब तिमी सपोज तिमी र मैले एउटै गीत सुने अरे, मलाई अर्कै पाराले फिल हुन्छ, तिमीलाई अर्कै पाराले फिल हुन्छ नि. सो एब्स्ट्र्याक्ट छोड्दा चाहिँ अझै बेसी इम्प्याक्ट भएको जस्तो लाग्दैछ क्या मलाई चाहिँ. सो एब्स्ट्र्याक्ट छोड्दा चाहिँ अब लाइक यो ब्ल्याङ्क क्या नाउ वाट भन्ने. I like that part.
You want people to think about it as
think about it and like हुन्छ नि क्या put अब like हुन्छ नि contemplate it with their own self and make their own story out of it क्या हुन्छ नि. So that is the best part हो त्यो पनि. So yeah, I like writing songs, writing अब like हुन्छ नि my few here its and bits हुन्छ नि. Like I will not be telling the story of my life, but then like I'll be just sharing a little bit of its and bits, small phases,
moments,
what I went through and all. So everybody does hola, everybody goes through small different phases in life, and like I just want them to connect with it. I just want to see if they connect. If they connect with the same phase, So मान्छेले भन्छ नि अब कोही बेला अब गीतहरू सुनेर त मलाई यो गीत राम्रो लाग्यो होइन. यो अब आई हेभ ह्याड सो मेनी पिपल लाइक कमिङ अप टु मी एन्ड टेलिङ मी द्याट यो गीतले मलाई बचाएको होइन. अब यो म यस्तो यस्तो फेजमा थिएँ, यो गीतले अब मलाई एकदमै साथ दियो त्यो टाइममा, मेबी थ्रु ब्रेकअप, थ्रु भेरी हार्ड टाइम्स होइन. एन्ड आई वन्डर क्या वेन दे से द्याट हाउ ही अर सी माइट हेभ टुक इट क्या वेन दे लिसन टु इट. अब हुन्छ नि क्या कस्तो पाराले लिएर चाहिँ कस्तो पाराले पोजिटिभमा कन्भर्ट भयो. अब हुन्छ नि आफ्नो आफ्नो एउटा एस्पेक्ट एउटा प्रोसेस.
I think one of the biggest compliments to you as an artist. People got so connected to it, they felt it on such a level.
On that level अनि उनीहरूले कस्तो पाराले लिएर अब हुन्छ नि अब उनीहरूले मुभ अन भयो क्या फ्रम द्याट पर्टिकुलर फेज, हार्ड फेज हो सफ्ट फेज थियो, कस्तो खालको फेज थियो उनीहरूको होइन. दे मुभ डाउन फ्रम इट मजाले अब क्या. I'm glad the songs helped क्या हुन्छ नि. Because it's the same with us ना. हामी सानो हुँदा एउटा टाइममा हुन्छ नि जब क्या when you're a teenage and all you are always like emo खालके भन्छ नि क्या. अब like always अब हुन्छ नि क्या nothing's right with me, nothing's right in my life भन्ने हुन्छ नि. अब क्या त्यति बेला एक दुईवटा गीत सुन्दा खुसी हुन्छ नि अब क्या हुन्छ नि क्या. It helps you. So त्यो feelings and all क्या it really inspires अर्को चाहिँ that's there.
You know, तपाईँले भर्खर I'm sorry to cut across कि तपाईँले अहिले भर्खर you said कि people have come up to you and they have told you that, that your song saved my life.
Right.
Which I think is a YouTube song title पनि जस्तो लाग्यो, your song saved my life भन्ने something like that. Anyway, so people come up to you and they tell you, and which I think is a really lovely compliment to you as an artist. So has there been someone like that for you, whom you would, metaphorically, maybe not in person, but then you would kind of want to go up to that person and tell them to,
Yeah, there are lots of artists. But then like in द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट वान फर मी इज जन मेयर हो किन भन्दा मलाई चाहिँ अब मेरो दाजुहरूले कजनहरूले होइन दे टु लिसन टु जन मेयर फ्रम कहिलेदेखि सुनेको रहेछ उनीहरूले अब होइन गड नोज अनि दे टु अलवेज टेल मी लिसन टु दिस आर्टिस्ट इट्स अ गुड आर्टिस्ट लिसन टु दिस आर्टिस्ट इट्स अ गुड आर्टिस्ट भन्थ्यो क्या अन्त उनीहरूले चाहिँ एक दुईवटा पपुलर सङ्ग्सहरू सुनायो मलाई लाइक जन मेयरको होइन आई डिन्ट कनेक्ट मच एट फर्स्ट आई डिन्ट कनेक्ट मच देन लाइक एउटा फेरि आई सुड मेबी डिग डिपर भन्ने हुन्छ नि क्या अब त्यति बेलासम्म त जन मेयरको मेबी हि ह्याड लाइक 5 to 6 एल्बम्स आउट होला हौ मैले जब सुन्न थालेँ अलरेडी अब 2013हरूमा हो 6वटा 7वटा एल्बम आउट भइसक्यो सो आई वान्टेड टु डिग डिप एन्ड लाइक सबै एल्बम सुनिदिएँ मैले क्या फर्स्टदेखि लास्टसम्म स्टार्टिङदेखिको अन्त आई फेल सो मच इन लभ विथ दिस आर्टिस्ट कि every album different, every album different, every album different, and the songwriting is so on point. Yeah, with songwriting technique, songwriting अब के भन्छ उसको जुन चाहिँ पाराले लेखेर जुन चाहिँ पाराले अब उसले एक्जिक्युट गर्छ एउटा सङलाई होइन मेबी थ्रु राइटिङ अर मेबी थ्रु म्युजिकली होइन यस्तो पर्फेक्ट लाग्दिएको अब त्यो टाइममा क्या जन मेयर चाहिँ अनि उसको चाहिँ अब त्यो मैले अब गरेँ होइन 6-7वटा एल्बम मजाले डिग गरेँ मजाले सुनेँ फर अ भेरी लङ टाइम आई लिसन टु जन मेयर 4-5 years continuous I still do whenever I like want to feel light I listen to John Mayer just damn I open any song होइन especially live songs that he does live performances ढङ्ग खोल्यो I feel very light and like very inspired yeah त्यो भित्रबाट अझै इन्सपायर गरिदिइहाल्छ क्या whenever I am down and all क्या so that is one artist that I would really like
John
to
Mayer.
do that yeah
So one of those guys who you would say inspires you.
एकदमै
You know, तपाईँले we've been talking about this passion and creativity and the feel as an artist and the importance of it. There's also, of course, the other side which is how much of it appeals to someone or whether it will be accepted or not. Tapile, you touched upon it. The second song about you said कि release गर्दाखेरि you just wanted to see कि market ले कसरी react गर्छ, how will the people react. अब and that is एउटा I think a conflict क्या कि acceptance plus आफ्नै एउटा अब artistic vision हुन्छ फेरि and there is also the acceptance कि whether it will be accepted or not भन्ने that conflict चाहिँ is that something you've gone through and how do you tackle that?
I think every artist goes through it because अब त्यो त हामीले त्यो बुझ्नै पर्यो because like कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा आर्टिस्टले आफ्नो हिसाबले मात्रै गीत बनायो भने बिङ म्युजिसियन तिमी अलिकति म्युजिकलिटी तिम्रो राम्रो छ अरे जस्ट इन केस होइन if you have a good knowledge about music instruments and everything अनि if you just want to make a song totally based अब on your अब के भन्छ music taste and everything I think that would not much work जस्तो लाग्छ कोही बेला चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ किन सो त्यो हेरेर नै गर्नुपर्छ क्या लाइक हुन्छ नि क्या sometimes you have to cross check with this artist side क्या हुन्छ नि क्या sometimes अब peopleले चाहिँ अब मान्छेहरूले अडियन्सहरूले म्युजिक सुन्दा they want to relax they want to be a bit अब एकदमै हल्का हुनुको लागि सुन्छ नि म्युजिक beat heavy metal song heavy metal ले पनि अब हल्का बनाउँछ नि हैन if you vibe to a metal song certain metal songs make you like feel so light and all नि अब
हजुर
so त्यही भन्न खोजेको अब त्यो आर्टिस्टको पाराले मात्रै हेरेर पनि भएन अडियन्सको पनि पाराले हेर्नुपर्छ क्या
you have to consider them
किनभने you have to be a bit clever when you make song and make song and लास्टमा एक्जिक्युट गर्दा चाहिँ you have to be a little clever you have to be a little considerate of the audience हैन उनीहरूको लागि नि बनायो नि त आफ्नो लागि मात्रै त बनाएन नि त म्युजिक त एकखेप तिमीले म्युजिक आउट गरेपछि आफ्नो त हुन्छै हुन्छ तर एकखेप आउट गरेपछि इट्स नट यर्स नि
Yeah, it belongs to
It belongs to the
them,
people, ne?
the people. Yeah.
It's not yours ni
Yeah.
so it's the people who will vibe to it.
Hmm.
Of course you will as a creator, but then like more than you the people will vibe to it ni. So you have to be considerate of that क्या एउटा audience लाई पनि
त्यो त sensitivity.
sensitivity हुनुपर्छ क्या त्यो हुनुपर्छ
It's a delicate balance, right?
एकदमै एकदमै त्यो ब्यालेन्स त्यही भएर क्या क्रस चेक गरिहाल्नुपर्छ आफ्नो आर्टिस्ट साइडसँग चाहिँ क्या हुन्छ नि यु हेभ टु बी द अडियन्स यु हेभ टु बी द आर्टिस्ट बोथ क्या एन्ड लुक एट अ सङ बिफोर रिलिजिङ अर एक्जिक्युटिङ इट हुन्छ नि क्या वेन युर द स्टुडियो स्पेसली क्या स्टुडियो पसिसकेर लास्टमा जब निकाल्न आँटेको चाहिँ यु हेभ टु क्रस चेक क्या क्रस चेक पुरा गर्नु पर्दो रहेछ क्या अब फर्स्टमा त अब हामी पनि एज अ न्यू हामीलाई थाहा थिएन नि हामीलाई जस्तो मनपर्थ्यो त्यही बनाउँथ्यो होइन बट देन लाइक अहिले बुझ्दा हामीले मजाले अडियन्स हेरेर सबै हेरेर होइन आफ्नो पनि हेरेर आफ्नो लाइकिङ अडियन्सको लाइकिङ हेरेर नै मजाले एक्जिक्युट गरेको थिएछ क्या म्युजिक हाल्ने संस्था चाहिँ किनभने एकदमै ब्यालेन्स गरेको थिएछ क्या किनभने आफ्नो मात्रै भएको भए चाहिँ अब इट वुडन्ट ह्याभ बिन लाइक पपुलर अमङ द मास होला नि त द सङ्ग्स वुडन्ट ह्याभ बिन भेरी रिलेटेबल टु द पिपल होला नि त पिपल मान्छेहरूलाई पनि सोचेर बनायो तब चाहिँ इट गट good response.
That relatability is
relatability
very important.
is very important. You have to think about.
That's why then people would react to it. They would relate to it, and it would be able to touch them.
Ekdam.
Yeah, I think that is something very important to keep in mind. Yeah. So, and I think with this we can come to the end of the first part of this podcast, this episode, I know. It's been lovely having you. It's been lovely having this conversation. It's like, you know, we've been talking about the importance of vibe, good vibes, right? And it's been such a good vibe talking to you here, you know, in this really nice location.
Same, yeah, same. किनभने मलाई नि यसरी बोल्न मजा लाग्छ क्या त्यो डेप्थमा क्या अब मान्छेले बोल्दा बाहिर मात्रै बोल्छ नि होइन लाइक हाउ इज इट गोइङ कस्तो के तर अब इन्टरनल डेप्थ जब त्यो हुन्छ नि भित्रको त्यो नेचुरल जुन चाहिँ फिलिङ हुन्छ नि त्यो चाहिँ हतपत कसैसँग बात मार्न पाउँदैन नि त ओपनमा त स्पेसली नट सो लाइक it's good, yeah. It's good to have this kind of conversation.
It's been lovely. So with this we come to the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, okay? We'll continue this lovely conversation. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you.
Today's episode is powered by Retail Radar. Retail Radar is a purchase advisor company with expert advisors to aid any purchase related queries that you may have, whether they be fashion or tech or skincare. You name it, Retail Radar helps you get it.
Welcome to part 2 of Point of Podcast, episode 2, where we are in conversation, lovely conversation, if I may say so myself, with Abhishek Da or NOXIOUS, right? And once again, lovely having you here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Conversation.
मजा आउँदैछ है.
So, त्यही continue गरौँ न अघि you know we were talking about the artist because it has to be sensitive to the audience, the audience needs and maybe the audience's desires, you know, to because that's also a very important factor, commercial viability. Right. So plus I think a very important side of this whole artistic journey is also the financial side of it. How do you support yourself, especially as an up and coming artist? So Tapile, how did you handle that, and you know what would you advise to someone who's following in the footsteps that you have gone through?
I mean financial as a musician mostly सबैलाई नै हुन्छ. Everybody goes through financial trouble, right? अनि to support your music, to support your passion, अब फर्स्टमा त इनिशियली त म्युजिकबाट अब you cannot expect it to be a job or like a paid job भनौँ न. It's not that. It's creativity, it's creation, it's art. So there's no guarantee. No guarantee. But then like if you're very passionate about it and like if it's your dream to push that dream and push that vision and make it into reality, you'll have to have certain kind of financial backup.
I think probably you're talking about support. As someone from in this area. I think it's still in the minority, like having, as an artist where you have complete support of everyone around. Generally, alikati चाहिँ people here still have that sort of maybe a sort of block when it comes to you know this whole idea of a career as an artist.
Well, see, if you want to be an artist, if you've decided you want to pursue this dream, as a musician or as an artist or art in any kind of form, you have to know a few things ahead. It won't be always happy. You won't be always like wealthy, or you won't always have everything, mostly the materialistic things that you desire, because you have to compromise on a lot of things, because you'll have to buy instruments, right? So you have to divert your focusness towards materialistic kudama bhanyo bhane, maybe divert your materialistic desires towards buying new instruments, maybe
You have to be willing to sacrifice.
rather than an iPhone.
Yeah.
Right, because the iPhone will not give you the leverage, or it will not enhance your ability as a musician or any artist.
And that's
What
very
will do
well
is
said.
mostly the instrument that you love, the instrument that you'll be playing, that will make you good with your craft. So अब त्यो मटेरियलिस्टिक कुरालाई पनि डाइभर्ट गरेर भिजन र फोकस अब मटेरियलिस्टिक कुरामा पनि अर्कै पाराले लिनु हो भने त्यसरी गर्न सक्छ. But then like in terms of finance and everything that an artist goes through, you'll have to think ahead of your time, because financial problems ले नै गर्दा most of the artists they stop doing music at the first place. And एउटा टाइम आउँछ फेरि अब they have to do a job, get a job, generate some income, support the family. So त्यो पहिल्यै सोचेको छ भन्यो भने चाहिँ how do I generate income, from what kind of sources that I can generate income and support my dream, my music, my craft. त्यस्तो पाराले सोचेर गरेको छ भने चाहिँ it would be like the life would be easy भनौँ न for you. Life will be easy. So yeah, म चाहिँ त्यही भन्छु क्या सबैलाई अब like especially young ones who wants to do music and all. अनि म्युजिक गर्दा गर्दै financial stability पनि maintain गर्न क्या, find other sources of income so that you can follow your passion मजाले without any kind of रुकावट and all.
Yeah. I think also, like you said, the journey to being a musician, or for that matter, being an artist, has its ups and downs. I think life itself has a lot of ups and downs. Yeah? Right. One is the financial aspect. Orko is maybe your emotional support. So those sort of ups and downs. That is something about you've already been through a lot of it, and you're still going through.
Yeah. त्यो त अब लाइफलङै चलिरहन्छ. But luckily for me, emotional support didn't matter much for me, because I utilized the emotion. Being an artist, you should also be able to utilize the emotions as one of your gifts. Because artists are very sensitive, very sensitive. So त्यो emotion चाहिँ अब 2x हुन्छ क्या, 2 multiplied हुन्छ from the regular people, artistहरूको चाहिँ. I believe that, because they are very sensitive, एकदमै overthinking. अनि what I would suggest, or what I would what I did was like I utilized those emotions
For your own art.
Yes.
Okay.
अनि त्यसलाई युटिलाइज गरेर I के भन्छ, made songs, brought few emotions into words, because like bringing your emotion or a feeling into words is like very difficult thing to do. How you're actually feeling and how your actual emotions are running through right now. To write it down, it's a different ball game अब. साह्रो पर्छ क्या आफूलाई जे फिल भइरहेको हुन्छ नि, to be very honest, honest वेमा लेख्नु र honest वेमा त्यसलाई describe गर्न is a very express गर्नु is a very different ball game and a very साह्रो कुरा क्या अब अन्त हामीले त्यो सपोज लेख्दैछ भने विकेन्ड हुन्छ नि आफूले आफूलाई थाहा हुन्छ कि म जोत्दैछु भनेर क्या इफ यु राइटिङ समथिङ हौडेको लेख्दैछौ भने हो तिमीलाई अब बाहिरको लेख्दैछौ इफ यु नट राइटिङ द कोर थिङ फ्रम इनसाइड इफ यु नट राइटिङ इट अर इफ यु नट एक्सप्रेसिङ इट यु नो इट क्या यु लाइङ टु योरसेल्फ भन्ने हुन्छ नि सो द्याट्स देयर सो म चाहिँ त्यही हुन्छ युटिलाइज इट इमोसनल सपोर्ट चाहिँ अब लाइक डोन्ट बी लाइक sad this that and all about that क्या हुन्छ नि
Even if you are just use it for your
use it to your advantage use it to your advantage because if you're very emotional that brings out the best songs when you are more emotional if you are emotionally hurt if you have a very high emotional instability in life the instability ko barema abo lekhda write about it utilize it म चाहिँ त्यो भन्छु just don't be like sad about it it's a very good thing to be emotional
I think that that way it's a really nice way of looking at it Nikki. Art itself almost becomes sort of way to help yourself whatever you're going through it's therapeutic ones
it is
it's very therapeutic you write about it you make sense of your own emotions
you have to like your own emotions should make sense to you if it doesn't make sense if it doesn't make sense to you at all then how will it make sense to others if you cannot express it to yourself not saying out loud भित्र आफूलाई पनि अब आफूले नै बुझेको छैन if you're not honest with your own emotions then how can you भन्ने हुन्छ नि त so you have to be very very honest about your own situation emotions everything where you are where you stand in life how much progress you've done you have to be very honest with yourself because if you're not honest with yourself like you'll live in that false hope false एकदमै त्यो के भन्छ visionary तर false visionमा मात्रै बसिबस्छ क्या मान्छे if you're not honest with yourself so being honest brutally honest पनि not just honest brutally honest you have to be that किनभने मैले गल्ती गरेँ हैन अब I'm fucking up in life I'm sucking अब त्यस्तो खालके हुन्छ नि क्या अब be brave enough to हुन्छ नि क्या admit where you are in life हुन्छ नि क्या because that will give you the wider vision of what you should do further or what kind of steps you can take to make things better in life so brutal honesty is very important with yourself
so when we talk about knowing who we are तपाईँको what is next for Abhishek what is next for NOXIOUS so तपाईँको के छ अब plans
चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ अब त्यस्तो त केही छैन एल्बम रिलिज गर्ने सुरमा छु एन्ड त्यही जस्तै अब अहिले चाहिँ प्रडक्सनमा काम हुँदैछ त सो लाइक कस्तो भन्दा कतिवटा गीतको कतिवटा ट्युन इन द सेन्स कतिवटा पार्टहरू आइ एम नट फिलिङ इट राइट अब त्यस्तो भइरहेको छ गीत 5-6वटा छ बट देन लाइक कतिको के हो त्यस्तो भइरहेको छ त सो वर्किङ अन द्याट सो अब लाइक होपफुली अब भइहाल्यो भने चाहिँ यो वर्ष रिलिज गर्ने भने तर अब ठिकै छ इफ इट टेक्स टाइम आरामले गर्दा नि हुन्छ केही छैन हतारै छैन हो बट देन लाइक थिङ्स आर अन इट्स वे है आई डोन्ट नो लाइक आई माइट नट रिलिज द फुल लेन्थ एल्बम अल एट वान्स तर एकवटा गर्दा नै सिङ्गल नै निकाल्ने सोच्दैछु बिकज अहिले पिपलको अब है मान्छेहरूको फोकस टाइम एकदमै कम्ती छ सबै अब मिल्दैन एकवटा गर्दा मेबी दे गेट द बेस्ट it's the best way I guess
again being sensitive to
एकदमै so that is there अब यो एल्बमको त्यो हुँदैछ काम हो एन्ड अगेन विथ रुटलेस अल्सो मेरो त्यहाँ पनि अब सेकेन्ड एल्बम हामी रेकर्ड गर्ने त्यही कम्प्लिट गर्नुपर्ने भइरहेछ त्यसको पनि काम चल्दैछ सो लड अन अ प्लेट राइट नाउ हो काम पुरा गर्नुपर्ने छ सो प्रब्लली अब चाहिँ अलिकति आइसोलेट हुने टाइम आउँदैछ क्या फर फ्यु मन्थ्स त्यस्तो मजाले वर्क अन इट एन्ड लाइक कम ब्याक अगेन त्यस्तै
I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure a lot of people are really looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure it will. I mean, more, if not for nothing else, then at least just to, like you said, yeah, to feel that passion. Yeah, I think that's something to look forward to. So, I mean, a lot of people who are watching this, hopefully it'll be a lot of people who are watching this, but a lot of people who are watching this, maybe, and there could be a lot of singers, a lot of songwriters, and in general, Pani, youngsters especially, who might be looking at you and, thinking ki, I can also do something one day. What is your message to them?
I keep trying hard, man. That's the thing. The mantra is keep trying hard. Be aware about what's going on in and around. What's the trend? What's अब how the time is like जस्तो पाराले टाइम चल्दैछ त्यसको हिसाबले पनि चल्दै गर अलिकति लेट ब्याक पनि हुँदै गर बट देन लाइक किप अन ट्राइङ it will get you where you want to be but then like focus hard work त्यो त अब भन्नै पर्दैन डेडिकेसन त्यो त हुनै पर्छ without that nothing is possible without dedication hard work त्यो हुनै पर्छ.
Thanks so much. That was lovely. That was lovely. Thank you so much once again for being here with us today. It's been an amazing conversation. Maja aayo, हजुर. So with that, I think we come to the end of episode 2 of Point of Podcast. By the way, you saw us drinking this lovely tea. So today's tea and water, etc., was sponsored by Mugen Wrap, which is a small store based in Salbari. So if you ever find yourself in Salbari, just drop by Mugen Wrap. Okay, it's in Salbari, really nice place with a really nice owner. Just drop by and tell them Point of Podcast sent you. All right. So with that, I think that's it. We come to the end of episode 2. Look forward to more episodes from Point of Podcast. This is Loden Lama signing off. Thank you.